Good morning, everyone. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to another episode of Spooky Albums for the Halloween season, 31 Days of October. 31 days of some creepy, spooky, ghastly, eerie, ominous albums that could cross over multiple styles of music. Some heavy metal, some progressive rock, some electronic stuff, classic rock, hard rock. We're going to kind of sift through a little bit of everything and come up with some pretty cool suggestions for you of albums that either sound really creepy, the music is creepy and ominous, or the lyrical content, or the artwork, or, the themes of the album, whatever it might be. So today, March 1970, released on the CBS label, produced by Patrick Meehan Jr. Pretty cool album from the UK's Black Widow, Sacrifice. Pretty infamous album. Of course, this came out right around the same time as Black Sabbath's debut. Both bands had black in the title of the name. Both bands dealing with occult themes on their debut albums. However, this, musically, this is about as far removed from Black Sabbath as you could possibly get. The music of Black Widow, especially on this album, more in line with kind of what you heard on Jethro Tull's stand-up album, right? Hammond organ, lots of flute, kind of cool, quirky British vocals, very English-sounding vocals, acoustic guitars, electric guitars, semi-lengthy tunes. But here, this album, the lyrical content, absolutely dripping in the occult. Excuse me, guys. This is a pretty evil themed record. The music itself doesn't sound very evil, right? But when you start listening to what they're singing about, Kip Trevor was the vocalist on this album. Come to the Sabbath, come to the Sabbath, Satan's there, right? Of course, from their kind of hit song, Come to the Sabbath, and that is the third song on the album. But you got Kip Trevor, like I said, on vocals, Clive Jones, kind of the mastermind of the band. He's on flute, saxophone, and clarinet. And there are a lot of reeds on this album. So like I said, if you like a lot of flute, sax, and clarinet, the flute is all over the album. Really nice stuff here. You got Jim Gannon on lead and acoustic guitars. Some vibes. You got Zoot Taylor, the great Zoot Taylor, on organ and piano. Bob Bond on bass and Clyde Box on drums. You got two Clydes in this band. So that is the lineup here for this debut album. So it starts off In Ancient Days, nearly 8-minute long song to kick things off. Very cool tune. Like I said, kind of folksy. There is like a kind of like pagan folk theme going throughout this whole album. This is a different kind of spooky album. To kind of equate it in like movie horror film terms, right? So if you are a fan of like The Wicker Man or Blood on Satan's Claw, those very, very famous, or even more recent times, The Witch, if you are a fan of like kind of pagan horror, which is like, folk horror, they also call it, where, out in the woods, old time, that sort of thing, that's more where this is coming from. Okay, so it's you get, you feel like trying to think of another the great Hammer film, The Devil Rides Out. So the scene, if you're a fan of that great Christopher Lee film from Hammer, the scene where they're out at the big satanic ritual and they're out in the woods and the fire's burning, and everybody's just doing all these weird pagan ritual things, right? That's kind of where this is coming from. This is less about monsters and all that sort of stuff. This is more about that kind of, satanic pagan type of mentality, right? So here you've got In Ancient Ways, great song to kick off the album, and Way to Power is the second song. Then you got the lengthy, about 5 minutes, not that lengthy, Come to the Sabbath, right? So that's, again, you got this great organ and flute. Sounds like Jethro Tull, but then, of course, the guy is, singing all about satanic stuff, right? Then you got Conjuration, which is a little more mellow, kind of jazzy, but still kind of creepy and unsettling. Seduction. You can kind of tell where all the lyrical themes are going here. It's all about being seduced and taken in by, Satanism and by the devil and by, that sort of thing. And then Attack of the Demon. All of our sins have left me in hell, right? Great song. And then the last song, a lengthy song, it's just over 11 minutes long, is Sacrifice. Again, very jazzy, very kind of like folksy, bluesy, jazzy sort of thing. There's nothing really heavy on this album. It's not a heavy album. despite, you look at it, like Black Widow, Sacrifice, oh, this got to be heavy like Black Sabbath, right? And that's kind of how they were They were promoted a little bit back in the day, but completely different than Black Sabbath. There is no thunderous power chords here. There's no, crazy wailing Ozzy style vocals or big bass lines or any of that kind of stuff. This is more creepy from a lyrical perspective, and there's just kind of this vibe to this album. You start hearing the vocals. The vocals are great, by the way. I mean, this is if you take away the lyrical themes, this is a very pleasant album to listen to, but it's made all the more creepy because of kind of what they're singing about, right? So, yeah, pretty infamous album, again, maybe for all the wrong reasons, and it's funny because this band would never go down this route again throughout their first run of their career, but in more recent times when they've regrouped again, they've once again gone back to the whole satanic theme thing, which for me sounded really, really forced. This was kind of interesting because it's the first album, they were trying something new. I actually kind of like their follow-up albums that came in right after this. They're pretty good. Again, just similar musical style, lots of organ and flute and acoustic and electric guitars, but without all the satanic themes. So, but this is definitely a creeper for sure. It's, like I said, it's a product of its time, 1970, but it's a perfect choice for All Hallows Eve month here, especially if you're going to go outside and light a little bonfire out in the back on a chilly October evening, and you just play this. It's like you're waiting for the spirits to come out over the trees and things like that. It's folk horror. That's this. Totally this. So there you go. Black Widow Sacrifice is my pick for today as we go through the month of October here. Spooky sound, spooky albums for the Halloween season. Stay tuned for another one coming up tomorrow and each and every day throughout the month of October. And like I did say, I will be going on vacation starting on the 16th. I will be gone till the 23rd. So I'm going to, at least for this year, I'm going to do my best to get some other programs recorded for you, but I will pre-record all of these, so you'll get one of these each and every day, and they will be sitting up on the channel ready and waiting for you. I hope to have a couple other things for you during the week, as far as like the Monsters Den and Monsters Den, I might be able to do an extra one, but as far as like the Hudson Valley Squares and in the Prague Seat, you might not see those that week because everybody's schedule is getting packed with stuff again. So I don't know how much we can get accomplished next week to tape extra episodes. So we might be a little bit light on content that week, other than maybe one or two things and the favorite spooky albums for October show that you will have each and every day. So, but anyway, I'm looking forward to getting away, and you guys can kind of take a little bit of a break too, and then we come back fully charged and ready to go to finish out the month and move into November. So thanks for watching, everybody. This is on the web at www.seatranquility.org. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, of course, we're here on YouTube all the damn time. Coming up shortly, we've got Martin Popoff back in the house for another round of Friday Morning at the Funhouse, and we've got a pretty cool topic today. It's all about those band members who really step up in a big way on a particular album. So kind of, they give someone some extra range to do some things, and the results are pretty damn good. So that is coming up shortly, so stay tuned for that and a whole lot more. We've got album homework assignment on Sunday, which you do not want to miss. Really cool show with our loyal viewer Spaghetti Lee and Ryan Scout from the Hudson Valley Squares. So thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you real soon. Take care. Bye-bye.